Engage fluo injectors.
Engaging fluo injectors.
Fluo reactors at 80%, sir.
Fluo containment field is destabilizing.
Emergency fluo containment protocols now. All hands brace for impact.
Brace for impact in 3, 2, 1.
Hot diggity damn, it's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. We're back with the internet's most completely unnecessary video game show that you'll ever find. So before we get into it, you can find us on Podbean, that's world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. The Twitch channel exists, but it's been a little dormant because life has been insane. We're on the YouTubes as well, and somewhere over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, though I think they're changing their podcast thing. Maybe it might just be on the back end, though.
No, I think they're going to fold it into YouTube, honestly.
Are they really?
Yeah, there's going to be some new
weird.
Like, I know, I was looking into it.
That's fucking weird.
It's going to be crazy.
That's bizarre. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It could be a good thing, though. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Podknife, Podchaser, I think those are... Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, Facebook, Twitter, yeah, those. Twitter's not a bad way to get a hold of us, though, if you just kind of want to shoot the shit and just, dumb random thoughts. And occasionally I call bullshit on somebody being stupid. Like what we're going to talk about in the first half of the show this week. So, but all that said, done, and moved past.
Choose your fighter!
I am, as always, your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me this fine evening are some of my friends, not all of my friends, but some of my friends, but everyone here is my friend, is Kathy and Josh.
Hello.
And Michael, who's
Not
the only
really.
person that's not happy to be here.
He's just not happy in general, so...
No, he's really not.
If he was happy, we'd be worried, actually.
I do have that screenshot saved for posterity. I swear Messenger was being stupid all day today. Like, I've had issues all day with images and Messenger loading. So
Yes.
it may not, yeah.
I
So
thought it was my phone, actually.
I
My
was
phone
wondering
being
it
stupid all day too.
Yeah, no, apparently there's issues with Messenger. We've now just officially figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised we worked it out before I started hearing about it on Facebook today, though. That's kind of weird. Usually Facebook lights up with that shit real fast. So, but no, I have the screenshot of you. It's like, is one of us dying? And if so, can it be me, please? Fucking loved that.
Awesome.
Oh, it was great. So, this week we're gonna reformat just a touch. We're actually gonna do a double deep dive, and we're just gonna split it this week. So, first half of the show, we're gonna go ahead and deep dive into talking about some of the limited print companies, their business models, and maybe how to make it a little bit better. So before the show and over the last week or two, we've kind of been talking both in chat and on Skype a little bit about some gripes with Super Rare, actually. Now, let it be known, I'm generally a fan of most of Super Rare's operation. They've got it pretty well together.
Yeah, they've got the shipping down, that's for sure.
Right, no joke. I mean, it comes with trade-offs because there's no way to do open pre-orders with the way they do their business model, but
Right.
by the same token too, that, if you're buying something, it's a limited quantity. If that's a collector thing for you, that you're going to get something special that way versus the market getting flooded with it. So
That's if you can get your hands on it, though.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
Which I will say, I'm still a little baffled, honestly, that there's still, I think they're still available. If not, they were for a long while. Copies of the collector's edition of Gardens Between.
They're still available, Larry.
Yeah, that fucking boggles my mind, dude. That shit went up in November last year.
You know
Matter
what
of
they
fact,
did?
I remember being at Thanksgiving dinner fucking pre-ordering that.
Yeah, you know what they did? And they did do some rejiggering for the new year. They cut the amount of limited run stuff they produce.
Yeah.
Wait, can we make a shirt that just says rejiggering?
Yeah, why not? Rejiggered.
Right.
Just have a guy shaking
It
on.
sounds like a racist epithet. Fucking
No,
rejig-
actually, you know what? I know how to make your shirt for you, Michael. And you can dodge the racist epithet. What you do is you put the word rejiggering in like dot matrix text with a loading bar underneath it. Please wait, rejiggering.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad shirt for our show.
No.
Dude, I'd fucking wear that shit.
Yeah.
I would too, actually.
That'd be fun.
Oh, God. I think we just found our new cutout for break from now on. Please wait, rejiggering. God. I'm going to have to change that. Anyways, so, but this conversation started because of some of what went down with the SteamWorld Dig collection release from Super Rare several weeks ago, and I gotta say, I'm not real happy about a couple of things, but let it not be said that all I do is bitch, because I have solutions. But I want to hear some thoughts, though. So let's talk. I want to hear, what are the gripes with the various print companies? How would you fix it? And are you okay with those fixes coming with certain trade-offs? And if so, which trade-offs are you okay with? And which ones are you not okay with? I want to hear from Josh on this, because I know Josh is going to have some hot takes here.
The only thing I really, really hate is the lack of communication on all of these companies' parts. When you buy something and you give them your money, all these companies require you to pay up front. I don't think there's one that waits until it ships to charge you. In fact, because a lot of them are, they're either putting the order.
There's one.
What's that?
They're one of the newer ones, but they do like a $5 pre-order.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
doesn't charge unless they get enough orders to actually fill the production run.
To place an order. I
Right.
Kickstarter model then.
No, that's
Kinda,
different.
yeah.
And then if they do fill the run, but here's the thing, Larry, it's not limited run. If they do fill the run, it's available forever.
Right. And I'm kind of okay with that too.
It's a different model.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily need it to be, a limited print.
No, I don't
just
either.
want the hard copies of the games that are special to me.
Yeah, and I mean,
Wouldn't
some of
be
these
another-
games companies have actually artificially inflated price. Limited run games is the oldest and probably the most egregious for this, where they will do, like they did with let's just say Blasphemous, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Blasphemous Collector's Edition, there was no reason that it should be going for as much as it is on the secondary market. They could have made more of them. But I also do agree that it's nice to have something limited, and they did have an open pre-order on just the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you
Well-
want the Collector's Edition, you get it, you're fine,
And I don't know if you remember or not the hiccup that happened, or the outcry that happened that day that it went live.
Yeah, because it was the first run was you could buy as many as you wanted, right?
Uh-huh.
And
And
so
it sold
they
out in
basically had,
under 60 seconds.
yeah, and the second run, of course, that was when my car broke down. I was sitting on the side of the road, and I was,
God, I remember that now.
I was buying it with my phone.
That's how I always buy them anyways.
Isn't that the one that the only reason I have a copy is because of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll buy this, but it lasted like 4 minutes that time or something like that, because they limited it to 2 at that point.
Yeah. No, it went for about 13 minutes, the second run.
Okay. But I mean, still, I think that some of these companies, some of the stuff they do, my biggest gripe though is communication.
Yeah.
When you buy something and they tell you nothing. Now, Strictly Limited, I got to give them props. They actually have a manufacturer update section of their website They don't always email you about it, but you can go there at any time and they show you, like, basically every 30 days they update the manufacturing, they update what's happening. And so just recently, the last thing I got from them was Bubble Bobble for Friends, the collector's edition. That thing was like 6 months late, but they updated me every month.
Limited Run actually has that, but it's buried.
Yeah. See, some of these companies bury it, and some of them, I just think that they think that the communication is an afterthought, which I think it should be the first thing they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, because they already have your money. You're getting
already handed them money.
Yeah, you're getting worried
like,
about it. You're thinking, you know, and then what the thing with Limited Run pisses you off a little bit. What pisses me off is that then you go to Best Buy and you see the stuff there before you have it.
Yeah.
And it's a different cover and stuff. I get that, but you're like, okay, well, why did I order it from you then? You know. So that kind of stuff does get to me a little bit, but. Like you said, what would I change? I would change that they'd communicate with you better. The trade-off for that would obviously be, I mean, I don't know if these companies have the staff to do it, and I think that's the major problem.
I feel like that would take a whole one person, though.
Like one person to do their social and everything.
Right.
And a lot of these companies, though,
like, frankly, I don't see why whoever the hell runs their social accounts couldn't do that.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. In a perfect world, that would be the person, but I also don't know what these other people are doing. Like, how many people do they employ? What's their what's their overhead? What's this? What's that? Mm-hmm. I get that maybe sometimes they can't do that kind of stuff, but even just once a month, update us on what's going on.
Like, I feel like some of that could even be automated, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember which company is putting out the physical copy of Streets of Rage 4.
I think that was Limited. I think that was LRG.
They all kind of bleed together to me at this point.
Some of them do, yeah. Especially when you get into like some of the distribution stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the steel case version of it, right? I know the physical, the standard case is already available at like Best Buy and wherever. Mm-hmm. Everybody who ordered it has already gotten it from them, except for the people waiting on the steel case. And they actually did send an email saying, hey, this is what's going on. We are waiting on the steel cases. They should be in, I think they said the middle of September initially. And now they're saying, I got another email saying that they might get them slightly earlier than anticipated. So I may be able to expect them by the end of this month.
Well, that's nice. At least I think, part of that is because of necessity. Because it was in Best Buy. It's in the stores already. And so people are like, what the hell? And obviously because of the pandemic we're all going through, that stuff like this is delayed.
Yeah.
And so they almost have to say something. But if this was a normal year, I don't think they would. I mean, look what they did with Celeste. They didn't say anything until like halfway through it. And then they said, oh, we're updating it for the new update on the cart. And then it was crickets until you got it.
No, there was one last update right before, and I was furious.
Oh, it was the box update, right?
Yeah, dude, I was so pissed.
Box.
That original design was fucking the hotness.
They had a computer animated, like not animated, but like a CGI kind of box of how it was going to look like.
Yeah.
A render.
And
it wasn't anything like that.
No. It was such a what the final product by comparison for me was such a disappointment, because the original design was a clear plastic box and it like sloped up, and you had the back of it was like this big beautiful image of the mountain, so it was designed to kind of look like a mountain. Actually, I think that image might still be up on their website somewhere if you dig for it.
Well, you can find it online, I'm sure. But,
yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I'm going to go look for it now. Put it in the chat. But anyways, no, I mean, I was so pissed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get why. Because they ran into, like, structural integrity issues trying to produce it. And so... But
they should have shown when they realized it wouldn't work, they should have explained this didn't work, this is why, this is probably what we're going to do instead, and given the option, hey, if you don't like this, you can back out or whatever.
But see,
And
at
that's
that-
the problem. They didn't give the option. They
see,
did
and
everything
they can't,
but
and
that.
they can't give the option because of their business model.
They could have, honestly, given that it was a limited collectors, they could have said, anybody that wants out, go ahead and get out.
I guess they
And
could have sold them
done
somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have just done, look, hey, for anybody that missed out and wants in, here's the ones that opened up from people that backed out.
That's
Ready,
true.
set, go.
Yeah,
Either would- yeah.
Guaranteed would have sold.
all it would have taken is a social media post saying, hey, this is what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for me, that's my biggest problem is the communication with them, and I would fix it by obviously communicating more.
I would concur. So, that was a fucking mess. Yeah, I can't find the picture of the original version anymore, at least not on their site. But yeah,
Try Google. It's probably still on there somewhere.
I'm sure it is. But I'm not hunting. I figured if it was somewhere easy, I'd go for it, but I'm not putting that much effort in. But it was a fucking dope-ass design. Because honestly, I wasn't super nuts about the game. Like, I can appreciate it for what it is. But man, dude, that fucking design fucking sold me.
Right.
I'm like, I want that on
It
display.
was unique. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking standout. So, but such is life. So I'm really curious, given that it's not usually your cup of tea, Cassie. I want to hear your thoughts here. What's a major gripe? How would you fix it, and would it come with a trade-off?
See, I don't have a gripe because I'm the fan of digital, so I feel like I can't even
I know you
have
are.
a say in any of this, because for me, I don't have the issues that you all have. I just go and download it, boom, I've got it, and I don't have to worry about the communication or the
Listen how fucking smug she is.
I'm not.
Now,
Yep.
you did,
Yep.
now you did
No,
do
I'm
Blasphemous
not
with
being
us.
Sons of
smug.
bitches.
I'm just making a
Piece
point
of
that
shit with physical copies.
You did,
no,
you
and
did go physical and Blasphemous with us.
I did. There's certain collections I would, like a Zelda
Yeah.
collection. I'm all for it.
Sure.
When Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, boom, I'm going physical. There are things that
I'm assuming you're doing Cadence of Hyrule, correct?
no, it doesn't interest me.
Really?
When is that coming out?
Did not interest me. There are physical games we'll get, and my kids will get them. Like my daughter purchased Origami King, the new Paper Mario one. So she bought that physical, but we don't. But she just went to the store and decided, I'll just get it. So
Right.
we're not into those pre-orders. So for me, I really can't say what. I've never had the experience that you guys have when placing those orders and the struggles of, especially like Larry with you. However, I'm going to say it. There is one thing I think they should fix. Their shipping. Now, it goes along with the Josh. But God, how many times have you had your shipments? Like Josh will get his, but for some reason, the Midwest, you end
Now,
up.
my understanding is that specifically has to do. That was like multiple consecutive failings from different parts.
Yeah.
All coming together, because the first fuck up was UPS dropping it at the wrong, doing the handoff to the wrong fucking distribution center for USPS, and then the subsequent fuck up was that the distribution center that they did drop it off to for USPS was the one that's been the most fucked up with all the COVID shit.
So
Right.
there's no one
But
to process
in
process it.
the digital world, I don't have to worry about all that shit.
That's
so,
true.
You know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't really feel like I have a place in it because I've never had an issue, and there really isn't anything out there that has been. I mean, I did the Hollow Knight, no problems.
Yeah,
I've
Right.
never been on
Bang
something.
Gamer's great.
So it's just I've never had an issue, and I think because I don't I only go in every so often, so I think that's part of it. As somebody who doesn't consistently order these items and consistently, like, you know, Josh, you said you pre-ordered Cyberpunk. I'm just like waiting for when it comes out, and I'll download it when I have the money. I don't need all the collector stuff. For
I know.
games.
I don't
Now,
either.
The
Look at
problem
my
becomes
recipe.
when I want the stuff later. It's like shit, and then I'm like, oh yeah, now it's bumped up in price, but I just take it as a loss. So
What I'm wondering is, like, could a lot of this be solved? Like, even if we had to pay a few extra bucks, like $3 or $4, could we get a download code with every one we buy?
Fucking
That's what I was
Carrion.
gonna bring up.
Carrion did it,
Yeah.
and it's like that was the best thing-
standardize that shit.
that was the
please.
best thing ever.
Like, I will happily pay another, handful of dollars to have them, email me a digital code for in the meantime.
Because a lot of collectors, they don't. I mean,
Open
I'm
them.
not like this, but a lot of them don't open this shit.
Yeah, I open my shit because I want to play it.
Yeah, that's why I buy it. I only collect what I want to play. I'm not just like this person just hoarding all this stuff.
Right.
well, it's like us. We've already my daughter wanted to do the paper crafts that came with the
Right.
Hollow Knight, and
Right.
I was content to just leave them be. So,
I want to
I
do
actually
them at some
forgot there
point.
was papercraft until I saw those.
Yeah, I want to do it at some point. I want to wait till Liv's a little older and
Yeah.
don't run the risk of them getting destroyed.
Like instantly.
okay.
Right.
They're actually gonna get destroyed. Ours have kind of just from sitting.
Just
Aw.
to
I mean, it's not that they aren't good. They're good. It's good paper for it, but it's just
It's still paper.
it's still paper, and you
Right.
still have to.
So
Doesn't matter.
scan that in before you fold it up, and then you
I
just
know,
print it
so-
off again.
It's not a
Should've done
bad
that,
idea,
but I didn't.
actually.
Someone had to have scanned them already. They got to be online somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Now,
Like
if
$5.
that's the case, you know what we should do, Michael?
Eh.
We need to find those files and get them over to you and have you do steel versions.
Oh.
I bet I could do it.
Yeah!
I would.
Um,
The format I need is DXF files.
Okay.
Well, if we can
You
figure
give
out
me
how to
that.
translate whatever we find into that,
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I wanna
fuck
make this
yes. I do too. God, that'd be fucking dope. So, but yeah. Now that my brain is thinking about,
Did that
Making
papercraft
steel
come with the
papercraft,
collector's
all that
edition?
yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so I have mine. I haven't opened yet. Which I said, I just did say I open all my stuff, but I didn't open this one because it's for PS4.
I don't tend to do stuff like that anyway, because it's a one-time thing. Once you put it together, it's
Yeah.
going to get destroyed,
Yeah.
and it's just the novelty of it will wear off too quick. And then I'm like, okay, now what do I do with these? I can't put them back in the box. So
Right.
Actually,
I mean, they're
just
just
had an
sitting
even
out.
better idea.
yeah,
Right.
If we can get you to cut them, Michael, I can get a hold of Jason and see about him doing fucking engravings on them for like all the design stuff.
yeah,
I bet you he can fucking pull it off.
probably.
That's his bread and butter for a living, so he's
That'd
done
be
good
cool.
shit.
Yeah, see if you can find them. Let me know.
Fuck yeah. God, now we got a mission. So, Michael, you're kind of you started recently dipping your toes into this pool. I'm curious, what's your hot take here? Give me your bitch.
My complaint is what Josh just said, the digital copy thing. Like,
Mhm.
I have not played Streets of Rage 4 yet because I'm not double dipping on it, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for the physical to come out. Like, Carrion, as I said, because I didn't think it would come with a digital, I pre-ordered it on the Switch network.
Right.
And when that dropped, I've already 100% of the game. Like, I'm still looking forward to the set when it comes out.
Yeah.
But and I think I ended up selling the what's it called, the digital code that they sent.
Yeah.
I sold that to Dylan, actually.
I was wondering who got that.
Yeah, but Like as I said, that needs to be standard, just across the board. That should be automatic. Like, look, I'm buying the game. Don't make me fucking wait for it too.
Right.
You know, like I have a bunch of other friends that have been playing Streets of Rage 4. I want to see the fucking game.
Yeah, that's.
And by the time it comes out, they're not going to be interested in it anymore. I mean, by the time I get it in hand, you know, nobody else is going to be playing it anymore.
Right.
So,
Now, this raises a question. Do you think possibly that by not doing so, it gives some of these games like a second tail?
No. Like, I think it's basically just people coming to it late because of, you know, like I'm going to be. I don't know. There's quite a few, like, because there's been quite a few of them that I've double dipped on, like, because when the game first came out, it was digital only. Hollow Knight, perfect example.
Right.
Fuck, I bought Ori, I think 4 times. The first Ori, I think I bought 4 times.
I've bought it 2 or 3 at least.
Yeah, I got a couple times too.
Yeah, 4 times. Because I bought it for Switch. I bought the Xbox specifically for it. I bought the PC version, which I don't play games on my PC, but I bought it just because the case was pretty.
Right.
Right.
I really kind of want to find a copy of that myself so I can have that pretty case too. And just like put my Xbox copy in it.
Yeah.
Right.
As I said, I bought it on Amazon. It was relatively cheap when I found it.
Huh. I'm going to have to go looking for that. Also makes a fine birthday present.
Get a job, Warbag. What else? But yeah, like I said, like you said, I'm relatively new to this collector thing, but I'm a good little consumer whore, and I like stuff that I don't need. So, like, I'm a tiny bit interested in this game. Fucking gimme. Like, just today, I was watching one of those fucking listicles on YouTube, and they showed SteamWorld Dig, and I was like, okay, this is the first time I've ever actually seen anything of it. So I know you talked about it at length.
I have Dig 2 if you want to start there.
Is it on Switch?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So Dig 2, Dig 2 is actually getting 2 different, by the time this is all said and done, 2 different physical pressings on Switch.
Yes.
So when it first came out, it released with a physical standalone copy in stores, and I bought that. And then it's also being included in the triple pack from Super Rare. Now, with the triple pack from Super Rare, though, it's only 2 cartridges. The first cartridge is SteamWorld Dig 1, which is the actual like cover art feature, and it's got SteamWorld Dig 2 on that cartridge.
Okay.
So, but yeah, see, you can borrow.
Definitely.
Because, like I said, I mean, for what it's worth, SteamWorld Dig 2 is objectively the better game.
It is.
But SteamWorld Dig 1 has way more replay to it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, SteamWorld Dig 1 randomizes. Partially.
Really?
Partially,
Okay.
yes. So, like, the main cavern randomizes every new game. However, the little side caverns are static.
Okay.
So it's a weird half and half, but it was well executed. So, but in any case, but no, I'm with you. Standardize the fucking digital code. I Am 8-Bit does that some too, actually.
Okay.
I'm hoping that when it releases, I get an email. I don't remember if it's included or not. I'm hoping I get an email with the digital code for Creature in the Well.
I do quite a bit of Kickstarter games, and
Yeah, I did 1 or 2 of those many years ago, and I haven't gone back to it.
I shy away from them.
it depends on the game. Like,
Yeah,
as I
there's a
said,
couple that I
Indivisible
looked at that I
wasn't
missed.
surprised with, and that one actually did the whole digital code thing.
Mhm.
The moment it released, they gave me the digital code, and then the physical copies showed up 2 weeks later.
Yeah, the Kickstarter ones are good about that.
Yeah.
But I think, too, you're also seeing a disparity in the business model because the Kickstarter ones are all games that they're trying to get made
Yeah.
versus the limited print companies, for the most part, are dealing with games that are already out.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Like 3 other Kickstarter games I'm waiting on right now, too.
yeah,
All Metroidvanias because me.
right. And like I said, I looked at a couple of them and I ended up missing the Kickstarter on them. It just makes me sad because once I saw them, I'm like, I'd like a copy of that. Which means I'm gonna have to fucking scour the secondhand market.
A lot of those Kickstarters actually have made it to where now, even if you miss the Kickstarter, as long as it gets funded as an operation, you can still like, hey, I want to pre-order this through them.
I'm gonna have to go back and relook at the ones that I missed then and see if it's an option because I've got them bookmarked. Clunky Hero and Last Faith were the 2 that really caught my attention. I'm a little on the fence about Curse of the Sea Rats.
Curse of the Sea Rats, I got that just because it looked interesting and I like the art style.
The setting wasn't a big draw for me. That was kind of a turn off. I'm like, I have no interest in the whole pirates thing.
Arr.
Yeah, I know. Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
And at that point, it's proof that we're all tired enough to be goofy.
Yep. So, I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents here because one, I'm gonna echo a couple of sentiments. Communication for one. Holy fuck. I'm with Kathy here. Limited Run specifically needs to get their fucking shit together and stop using mail innovations. Yeah, it's a very specific and like just shit awful service from UPS.
UPS, yeah.
It's just fucking hot garbage. And I'm totally with you in that, Michael, that, yeah, I want digital codes for all this shit. Now, that said, too, I'm going to take yours a little bit further. I would really appreciate, and it's not even on the print companies, honestly, but I get real frustrated when, a game I love, I'm super excited about, and, it comes out, and I buy it, and I love it, and it's awesome. And then 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 months later, they announce a physical.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. Now, that said, I do firmly believe that with some work, there could be an option to be able to, like, I don't know, either discount it if I've already bought it digitally, or, to buy my license rights for my digital copy, something. Like, just figure something out, fuck's sakes. To borrow a phrase from good old Wayne, figure it out. So, but no, I think, God, I don't know if I have any. I feel like there was something a minute ago, and I was holding on to it, and I lost it. But no, I know what it was. I'm gonna dog on Super Rare specifically here, and I'm gonna fix it. Because Super Rare is the one that does this. They do their blind triple packs, and I even offered them the solution for free on Twitter. So, if you follow us on Twitter, you might have seen this already. I thought it was a pretty good solution too, by the way. My solution being that, because right now the problem is, and I don't care what they fucking say, they're full of shit. So every 3 releases, they put out on offer a triple pack of their 3 games. So the cycle starts, they announce game 1, and the triple pack goes on sale. And the triple pack includes game 1 and the next 2 games, whatever the fuck they are, but you don't know what the fuck they are yet. Yeah. It's 2 blind boxes. So, Josh, I literally see you from the mustache up.
That's because I moved back in my chair.
You kind of look like the cover art for You Don't Know Jack.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're gonna call you Cookie. So, anyways, and I don't care what they fucking say. They always open the first of those 3 games is like a big one. It's gonna be a guaranteed sell. The other 2, not so much. Like B-list tier indie games that they'll sell some of it, yeah.
And they haven't always done that. Larry,
Let's see.
it's just been the last few ones have been bad.
Yeah, I don't remember what their other triple packs have been, honestly, but
One was like Thimbleweed Park with a couple others, I think. I have to look at them.
No,
I bought a bunch of them.
how did they do Thimble? I
got
know
a bunch-
LR. Did you? Because I got my Thimbleweed from LRG.
Yeah, I got. Let me look my my history up here.
But in any case, so my suggestion here, I feel like there's no compromise. There's just not. I'm okay with them being like B tier indie games, but man, theme it. Like, let me know what I'm getting into here. So we're getting SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2, and SteamWorld Heist would be an oddball in this, obviously. But you could totally do the other 2 games, like adventure, action adventure, Metroidvania-ish, just theme it together. And it's a way easier sell for me because I at least know a genre. Give me a fucking clue to have a little bit of confidence going in, rather than what I got was, I got the SteamWorld games because that was the only way I could get my fucking hands on it was with the triple pack. And then the other 2 were
How
fucking
much was the triple pack?
like 140.
Yes.
Now, granted, the SteamWorld triple pack was like $70, so that's half of it. But the other 2 were fucking old school musical,
What?
and then
Chroma Squad. Yep.
What was the last one?
Chroma Squad,
Never even heard of it.
right? And then on top of that, like, again, all 3 of them way different genres, not even anywhere close to related. I'm like, if you tell me that this 3-pack's going to be an RPG pack, I can say with confidence, I'm like, you know what? You're going to sell a shit ton of that, but that one's not for me. You tell me it's an all rhythm game pack, I'm probably there for it. It might be a couple of rhythm games that I might be, but you know what? I won't feel nearly as bad about it because I know what I bought into, at least sorta. That's an easy fucking fix. Now, that said, I do think it's kind of cool that they do the triple pack with the blind boxes.
Yeah.
My only complaint is it's such a massive gamble. Take a little of the risk out for me, and I would be on that shit.
Especially at that price point.
Right. Now, fortunately, this worked out well enough in this very particular instance. Now I've literally just got the top of your dome there, Josh, and I'm just... It looks like it's just sticking out of water. It's fucking magnificent. I love your face. I quite literally love your face, but God, don't change a thing. Just right there. Rest of the show. So, but yeah, I mean, that's my big complaint with Super Rare. I mean, the whole industry as a whole, for God's sakes, they've all got individual problems. And I mean, I hate the long wait times from limited run. It sucks that stuff from like Super Rare and Special Reserve can't be, open pre-orders, but the trade-off is there, and there's not really a good way to negate that. There just isn't. maybe I've got an inkling of an idea, but it's not nearly formed enough to put out into the world. You know, something about maybe like get an initial pressing done and do an open pre-order, so like, you know, the first 2,000 that pre-order are gonna get, you know, their shit shipped right off the gate, and if you got in late, you're just gonna have to wait, but you'll still get it.
I kind of like that, actually.
See, that could be an option. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good incentive to order early without the whole fear of missing it.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's actually pretty brilliant for off the top of my head.
I think a lot of these are just negating risk for these companies.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a massive problem with the whole concept of, hey, I want this game, but they're only doing, you know, 5,000 of it. I go to pre-order it, and oh look, it's sold out in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That's, you know, like as I said, I get so pissed off about stuff like that. And there's been a couple of games. The only reason I have copies of is because you guys managed to snag them for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, some of it's just timing. So, I mean, hell, I remember when Blasphemous was going live, I was at work that day, all day. I literally, twice that day, I locked the store doors a couple minutes beforehand and went and hid in my office for a few minutes so I wasn't going to be interrupted. Like, fuck all y'all.
Shock of abuse of authority.
Yeah, well, what are they going to do? Fire me? I already quit. And I fucked them right on my way out the door, too. So,
Oh, what, the Cricket store?
Yeah, they had it coming.
Yeah, speaking of which, the one near me is closed down.
Really?
Yep, it's just not there now.
Wow. No shit. I'd heard some speculation that it was going to happen when they opened up a store in Niles.
Oh, did they?
Yep. A certain somebody had speculated that the Niles store was going to cannibalize what little business they had.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but anyways, but yeah, no, I've enjoyed this. This is something that's kind of been rattling around in my brain for a bit, but I've enjoyed this thoroughly. That said, I feel like maybe we should try and put together a resource to keep track of all the various print companies, at the very least, just the various companies and sites, and put it all in like a post and pin it somewhere for easy access for those that are interested, because there's a bunch of them. They're cropping up left and right.
Yeah, there's a lot more than there used to be. That's for sure.
Right. It used. God, it was like the console wars at first. It was like just the big three.
Well, it's these companies.
Has any of them come and gone already?
Ooh, I don't know.
Not any that I follow.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think there are any that I'm aware of that like just aren't around anymore.
I did get one
It's
from
still
a
a
German
relatively
company.
new concept, right? Limited Run was probably the first of them, and it's only been around for a couple years.
Yeah, a handful of years. They started with doing stuff on Vita.
And they started doing their own games, like Saturday Morning RPG.
Yeah. Their whole like E3 that would have been presentation, the pre-show actually had a really cool like history of how the company came to be. It was really neat. Because apparently originally they had done some stuff with Fangamer, and they assumed that they had thought that Fangamer would have wanted to continue down that path, doing more of that, and Fangamer was just like, no, we're okay with just doing the one or two that we did, because that's not really their bread and butter. So, but no, I mean, it's a really cool watch. I'll see if I can dig it up on YouTube. If I can, I'll stick it in the show descriptor and in the chat. But Michael, at the very least, I think you'd enjoy getting to watch it. It was a neat watch for me, because there was some stuff in there that I wasn't aware of. I kind of knew a basic framework of what had happened, but I hadn't seen all the details, and I thought it was cool. So, but yeah, long story short, we want our games faster. We want them with digital codes. Y'all need to fucking talk to us. And for fuck's sakes, LRG, fix your fucking shipping. Dicks. So
You just jinxed it. Now they're gonna fuck everything.
Now they're gonna ban Larry from ever buying stuff from them.
God, I'm gonna be the next fucking Brybet. Oh God. I actually just put in an order for 2 games, and I got to do one more on Friday next week. And then I'm caught up on my LRG stuff. So, at least for the time being.
I like how you say you gotta do it. Like, you gotta. It's like paying your electric bill. You gotta do it. You just...
Yep. Gotta. No, I got my orders in for Kunai and Pod Racer.
Ooh, Kunai. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think closed already.
It is done, yep.
So, but I got my hands on that one. But the other one, it's an open pre-order right now. They did a collector's edition, and honestly, I wasn't super impressed with it. But so I'm actually just getting the standard on it. Is Return of the Obra Dinn. So
yeah, okay.
So that one's still open. But I took the middle ground on Pod Racer and got the classic edition, which is honestly the one that I wanted. Like, the only thing that's not in there that I'm a little sad about is the Steelbook.
Okay.
So I'm I'm more than a little heartbroken that the Steelbook was only in the big box. Like, I didn't want any of the rest of the shit in the big box. I just wanted that. Also, I'm really hoping, because there's one coming. The orders went live for the Japanese version, and it's coming stateside. And I wish Eddie was here to get excited about this with me. But the Japanese collector's edition has a model replica of the ship of Ikaruga.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that fucking ship looks dope. So, if the picture's to scale, that ship is on the stand is almost as tall as the fucking box for the game.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want it. So, but they did say that the U.S. release physical for that is coming soon, but the Japanese one's already up and running. So, I was excited.
Yeah.
So
Japanese bastards get everything.
Yeah, they do, don't they? So, but yeah, let's call it there for the moment being, and we'll take a minute and we'll ask you to please wait while we rejigger just over the course of the break. Hot diggity damn, we're back with the third half of the show this week. This week, we're going to take the back half and we're going to do a second deep dive into another fun topic. We're going to talk about a little bit of video game appreciation here, specifically completely unnecessary details that are amazing. So, I'm going to open up here so we have an example to run off of. But one of my favorites was Metroid Prime 3, because in all the Prime games and the heads-up display, there's a set of 4 lights at the top of Samus's visor that you can see. In Prime 3, those lights are not static. They never pointed out anywhere. It took me a while to realize that's what it was doing. But those lights are hooked as a battery indicator for the batteries in your Wii remote.
See, I never even noticed the lights. So to hear that is mind blown.
It was fucking brilliant. I'm like, no shit.
Really good way to use it.
No, I thought it was clever as hell. So, but no, it's shit like that. That's totally unnecessary. But if you notice it, it just takes your appreciation up over the top. So I'm curious what some of your guys's might be. What are some standouts for you?
There's crickets because nobody remembers anything.
Well, no,
Michael,
I have one.
I would say.
I was gonna say I know I have one.
Okay,
you got,
go for
Kathy?
it, Kathy.
So, one thing that I've learned to appreciate is the level of detail that game designers will go into creating their worlds, especially in the open worlds. And I thought it was pretty fun. You would never know it unless you actually sat down and read the books. But in The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, there's actually a choose-your-own-adventure book that you can collect, pick up, and actually read. And it reads as a choose-your-own-adventure book. And you flip to the right pages, it'll have bad endings, a good ending. And that little detail, and the fact that you have this whole expansive game, and the chance of somebody actually reading, because most people will pick up the books, read it just to get the skill point, and not actually read the words. So
I see.
Awesome.
So the fact that somebody took the time, and that's with all the lore books, because if you read the books, there's some great stories, some works of fiction. I mean, it's all fiction, but there's history about Tamriel. There's fictional stories, notes about different areas, just wide range of topics. But yeah, mixed in there is this choose your own adventure, and it just that nostalgia of those choose your own adventures from back when I was a kid. To find that, it's like, oh shit. And again, it's something you would never know, but the fact that the game developers were like, we're gonna put this in here, and never knowing if somebody's actually going to find it. So that little detail, it's like those little things that show how much game developers are nerds and geeks, and how much they'll bring what they grew up with into the games. And it's just something that I like seeing.
I've got one along those lines. You just reminded me of a good one, actually, but I'll save it. So, Michael, I know you mentioned one earlier when we were chatting.
In the original Soul Reaver game, like one of his idle animations is he'll kneel down and start sharpening his claws on the ground. Like it's so unnecessary. It doesn't affect anything. I just always thought it was really neat. Like another one I really like is in Hollow Knight. When you pull up the map, the vessel will pull out a map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I also I noticed if he's sitting on a bench when you pull out the map and you move the map from left to right, his head follows.
Yes.
Which I love that little detail. That's so great. Because it's completely useless. It's completely unnecessary, but it's just there's a level of love to it there. It's just amazing.
So there's another really good one in there too. When you first drop into the crossroads, that sign that's right at the beginning, when you break it, for like the first hunk of the game, that sign, when you leave and come back, that sign is back again. It stops returning and getting fixed somewhere along the line in the game, because you find out that somewhere there's an actual character who's fixing that sign. You can find that character, and somewhere along the line, something happens to that character and he's gone. And so there's like one point where once you break that sign, it no longer gets fixed. It stops respawning. But that poor little dude loves the fact that he's fixing that sign all the time. It makes him feel good about himself. It's like, I fixed the sign again. So, but Josh, what you got? Give me a good one.
I don't know. I'm gonna go back to just kind of like what Kathy was saying, almost like with that choose your own adventure. I'm gonna say that for me, the most recent one I think was the game Control, and all the collector things you can collect in that game. There's so many things. There's hundreds of things to collect in that game, but you don't have to read any of it or listen to any of it. But if you do, you get just a really deep understanding of that world. I spent probably an extra 5 hours just reading that stuff and getting into that stuff, and that's why that game resonated so much with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm really looking forward to the DLC that's coming out finally now. For the second DLC will come out, the Alan Wake experience. That's It's a total. But it wasn't a surprise to me because in those collectibles, you actually read about it. You read about Alan Wake, and you read about how it's connected to the world that you're in, and it's just a typical Remedy, just like mind job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy.
That's kind of fucking dope. I'm noticing a theme here, and I'm thinking you all are probably going to notice it as soon as I spit this one out. So the Neverhood from on the PC from like back in the 90s, the Hall of Records is this obnoxiously long segment that it's just screen after screen after screen of walking down this fucking hall to get to a balcony to get like one thing, and then you have to go all the fucking way back again. However, Josh, you remember this? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
You know where this is going?
I think so. Go ahead.
So, on the wall, all the way down this fucking hallway, is scrawled, and I found out that it was all done by hand with a fucking toothpick. Because this game was claymation.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, remind me sometime. I'll show you the whole making of video. It's really cool. And the making of video was funnier than hell, too. But in any case, all down this hall is written the history of the Neverhood and like all the gods and deities and stuff. And then it starts getting into like parodies of stories from the Bible and shit, but with Neverhood characters. It's fucking brilliant. I've actually I couldn't bring myself to try and read it on screen, but somewhere along the line years ago, I actually found somebody that transcribed the whole thing into a text doc and read it that way, and it was really good. It was fuck yes! I was just talking about you earlier.
Hello, everybody.
We found an Eddie.
Hi.
You missed it, Eddie. We were talking about the physical edition for Ikaruga earlier.
Did they announce the date for it?
No. The Japanese version is up for sale now, and they said the US release version is coming soon. But if you didn't see it, the Japanese version, the collector's edition, has a fucking like model replica of the ship.
Oh, sorry, there you froze. I'm sorry. It's on my side. Did he mute himself?
He muted himself.
Oh.
His mic's on mute. I can see it. It looks like it's on
I can't
mute.
see
No,
it.
it's not.
Oh, that's weird.
I think it got itself confused.
Ah.
Because when you put the boom down, it's supposed to auto unmute.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm noticing. So, but no, Eddie, the Japanese collector's edition for Ikaruga has a fucking model replica of the ship, and it looks awesome.
Oh,
right?
I'm going to have
Look
to
it
look it up. Because my plan is to get it when it hits Switch. Like, I don't know when it's going to drop. Like, it's a must-have. Like,
yeah.
I may like 4-time dip. Like, get it for Switch and get it for PS4. Yeah, because I own it on Xbox One through the 360. I own it digitally for Switch. I need the physical for it. That's a given. And of course, since it's on PlayStation 4, since there's going to be a physical version, I might as well get it on physical for PlayStation. Like, Ikaruga is that good.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kathleen, are you holding up from the Fortnite news?
Oh, see, we weren't even going to talk about that. I was kind of disappointed because I know none of you give a shit. But man, that's trailer.
We need these.
Okay, that trailer is hot. That trailer was good. Like, that's how you do a British trailer.
So, see, I had not seen Josh's post, so I logged into Fortnite and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden that trailer came on, and I'm like, "Ooh, new content!" Because they never do cinematics unless it's bringing in new content. So I got excited, thinking like, "Yeah, we're getting some word on the end of the season." And then I'm like, "Oh shit, this is that Apple commercial." I'm like, "Oh fuck, what happened?" So I read more into what transpired, and I'm just like, "Oh shit, epic!" What the
All right,
When-
we've diverted. Give us the
Sorry.
deets, because I've caught snippets of this, but not
All
the
right.
whole thing actually.
All right, so let me explain what happened, because I actually had to go back in and see kind of what the big stink was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So earlier today, when I logged into Fortnite earlier today, they had an announcement that they basically did a permanent 20% price reduction in their.
Now Kathy froze. No, everybody froze.
I'm
No,
I
here.
didn't.
maybe it's
I'm
just
here.
Kathy.
We were just in awe that she she was explaining it so well.
She
Right.
was. And then she froze. Now I'm sad faced.
I gotta take a picture of this one.
Aw.
Oh, I gotta say hi to Michael. I didn't have
In
a good. Hi,
store.
Josh.
Uh-oh.
Am I
Kathy's
back?
kind of coming.
Oh,
You're back
back.
now.
You're back.
Nope,
Nope.
gone again. Damn it.
Hi, Michael. I didn't get to say hi to you.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I will
Are
be
you gonna be
in.
here next weekend?
Yes, I am coming up there Friday.
Okay,
Um,
I don't. In my.
Mm.
Okay, try again, Kathleen.
She just teleported, so
It's Skype. It's acting. It's crazy. For some reason. Are you working next Friday, Derry?
Just briefly.
Okay. I gotta.
I go in for a couple hours in the morning, and that's it.
That's it. Okay. So, yeah, I'll have to look it up for Apple what they did, and then I gotta look up for the Google one also. But I was just wondering, like, is anyone playing Fortnite on those platforms?
A lot of
Somebody
people.
was.
Yes, a lot of people do.
A lot of younger people do.
Fuck!
You okay? But Kathleen, go ahead and speak on it. If she's here, so I guess there was a 20% discount on it. And I
I
guess
don't know how you discount a free game.
because I think on Apple you have to like charge something. Your app has to have a price on it. So I wonder if they. I'm assuming that they discounted the game where they could get it for free.
They
I think-
subverted Apple's store. That's what they did.
Yeah. So,
And they went right around it so they didn't have to pay the 20
Kathy says Eddie is wrong.
oh, okay. I was making a guess because I haven't read the whole story yet. So that was the
Apparently, we're all incorrect.
so. But Kathy, can you speak on it in a little bit detail? This is gonna be
She
fun.
may physically be unable to speak right now from a technical standpoint.
So, but yeah, it's kind of. I know everybody is doing xCloud, trying to be on Apple's, iOS. I don't know. Is Apple
Everybody be out there trying to ride Apple's jock, yo. Why y'all got to be dick riding like that?
But I'm like, does xCloud?
I'm trying to.
Oh. Does Apple really need xCloud? And why is Microsoft not promoting xCloud on Surface tablet? Wouldn't you want to promote your own service on your own hardware before anybody else's?
No, because they don't give a shit about their own hardware, Eddie.
Clearly.
They don't want you on their own hardware. They want you on yours so that they don't have to make it. They just want you to buy the $10 a month or whatever it costs.
Mhm.
But they just did like think there is a DS looking kind of
There
surface.
we go. There we go.
Am I back?
You appear to be, yes.
Yes.
Damn it!
Then she froze again.
I feel like I'm trapped in a Looney Tunes / Abbott and Costello routine.
It's the one time you actually want to hear something about Fortnite.
Wow. Shame.
I reset my computer because
You gotta reset it, Kathleen. Yep. So
This is bordering on cruel and unusual.
yeah, it's I just don't.
Kathy's
I don't-
about to yeet her computer and it's going to land in one of our offices.
Wow. I just don't know if xCloud is even. Yeah, it is valuable to people who have an Apple product, but like, I think to me personally, I feel like Apple is kind of jealous of xCloud because
Yeah.
Apple's not promoting their Apple Game Store.
Well, here's what
their Apple service. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, you're right though. But I honestly think that the way Apple is treating, they don't treat Netflix that way. They don't say like, oh, because you're streaming a movie, I need to rate or actually, look at every one of your movies that you can possibly stream. It's the same thing. You're streaming video games, but they're not. They have their own competitive service, and so it's an anti-monopolistic, that is truly anti-consumer. They're using their huge platform to squash competition, which they were already in Congress earlier this year about this. Them with Facebook and Google and everything like that. They were there about this kind of issue.
Yeah.
And back in the
Was it-
90s, I don't know if you guys remember, Microsoft got sued for antitrust stuff about their Internet Explorer on Windows. It was far less than this. And so, I mean, it's going to happen again.
Kathleen, are you good?
I don't know.
Okay,
So
go
far.
ahead.
No, apparently not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I might lose you here again.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, give us the quick gist of it.
I don't even. I'm afraid to.
Do we need to
'Cause I
rejigger?
get excited and then it just.
Apparently, the internet deities are trying to censor you.
So,
I've been playing Fortnite this whole time. I don't understand. I'm
So
supporting.
so Epic was trying to get around Apple's
Okay,
policy.
so, well, not necessarily. We don't really know. So what happened was, the V-Bucks that you can buy in the store. Normally, it was, for example, 1,000 V-Bucks was $9.99. Well, Epic today came out and said, "Oh, nope, we're going to make everything 20% off. So now it's only going to cost you $7.99 to get these 1,000 V-Bucks." And they said it was permanent. It's not a one-time sale. They decided to slash their prices. Well, here's the kicker. In the App Store, if you downloaded it, the update for Fortnite had a thing where if you went to go purchase the V-Bucks on the App Store, when it popped up, it would say purchase through Apple on the App Store for $9.99 or come to Epic and purchase it for $7.99. That's what got Apple in a conundrum, because they were saying you can't do that. You cannot direct your business to the Epic Store, and that was a breach of their contract. Again, we don't know what the contract says. We don't know. And so because of that, Apple's like, fuck you. We're going to basically make it so nobody who has it on their mobile phones can play the game, which, again, Josh is right. There are lots of people who play mobile. In fact, a lot of people I play with on stream play mobile. And I don't like it. It sucks, the controls. But if you don't have anything else to play it on, it's not bad. I mean, you make do. But Epic's coming back and saying, oh, hell no, you can't do that. You cannot just shut us down for that. You know, they were still saying you can purchase it, but, you know, we can do what we want on our site. And we want to make sure people know that it is cheaper that we are doing this discount, and we can't do it for you Apple customers because of Apple's policies. But that's been, and then of course Google Play comes in the background and is like, oh yeah, we're going to be with like Apple. So that was later because they didn't even do it right away.
The policy holders are they're teaming up. They're forming a wedge. Yeah.
So that's really what started up. That's what it's all about. It's just about the fact that Epic decided to slash the prices on their V-Bucks and anything that you purchase in the store, and unfortunately they couldn't do it to the people who shop on the Apple Store
because Apple and Google are not getting a cut of the profit.
Well, no, they get a cut. The problem is if they reduced it on the Apple Store.
Yeah.
Because I think Apple, they give 30% of the profit to Apple, so they were losing. So, it was just like, why bother? We're not going to change it on Apple and maybe they couldn't. Maybe that was an issue too. We don't know what the contract was. So maybe Apple had a thing in place where they couldn't reduce the price.
This is a Tim Sweeney move.
But again,
he's done this stuff before.
It was obviously it was marketing. I mean, it was Epic planned it. I don't think that they didn't know what they were doing. They totally knew what they were doing, and they knew that they were going to create some controversy with it. I mean, who knows if they were within their legal rights with their contract or not? But Apple obviously is like, oh hell no. They just don't like the fact that they're encouraging people to not make the purchases through the App Store. That's where, and they're going to lose some of that and lose that profit.
They're circumventing their store.
Right. But I mean, technically you could do that before. And that's the thing that most people don't realize is that you could always circumvent it.
But it was never pointing in the game. It was never pointing.
It was never pointing in the game. It was the fact that they pointed to it in the game.
Right.
That was where they drew the line. But it was something you could have done.
They're taking their own store and undercutting Apple.
My question, Kathleen, if you buy V-Bucks, is that universal? So if I buy V-Bucks through Xbox and I'm about to go head out and I take my Switch version with me and I hook up online somewhere at a friend's house during the Switch, is my V-Bucks still in my account?
As long as you have your account, as long as your Nintendo Switch account is linked to that specific account.
Epic account.
Right.
So the Epic account is universal. It's just everything got to be connected to it. So if right now, I can't go play on the Switch upstairs because we actually have two accounts. We have the family Fortnite account that we started when we first started playing, and then I got my own personal one because I didn't like sharing. And but on the Switch, we could only link one of the family accounts. Otherwise, then we gotta go through a whole process. So they can now. In the beginning, they couldn't make the purchases from on the Switch, but now they've made it compatible, so they can make the purchases on the Switch for items and things like that. But it's all connected. Okay, so it makes sense that it's like you said, it's more for a marketing thing, because if I'm buying these V-Bucks from Epic, Apple doesn't have a right to control that because my V-Bucks could go to any account system that's linked on. So if I buy it through them by using my Apple product,
it's linked to the character.
Maybe
that one particular.
Right, and I might use that V-Bucks, like I said, for the Switch if I'm going somewhere. So even if I buy it through, go ahead.
But here's the thing. All it does is purchases skins, pickaxes, wraps. It's for stupid stuff. This doesn't affect these V-Bucks. You don't buy levels. It doesn't go towards the game itself. It's all the cosmetic stuff. It does not make you better. It's all for cosmetics.
Yeah,
that's all this is. So it's so stupid. This whole. I mean, again, I'm stupid for spending so much money just so I could look like Luke Skywalker, okay? I'm stupid for having so many different options because I put so much money, but again, that was the draw. But they do nothing. These cosmetic things do nothing. So you don't even you can play the game without purchasing any V-Bucks.
Right.
You could totally do that. You don't need them, but because everybody wants to look cool, you know. But I mean, and then there's so many opportunities to get free V-Bucks, free skins. It's stupid. This is stupid. The game is free. The V-Bucks are just an addition
to
that,
it.
Yeah. So it's stupid. It really is.
So Eddie, to summarize for you, basically, you can close your eyes and play the game and have the same experience as if
Pretty
you
much.
spent V-Bucks.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's more. It's for Apple and Google. It's gonna be them missing out. Fortnite players have various options to play the game. So
yeah, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people who do only play on mobile. So now they are having to face the heat. But yeah, they could easily go find and play. Like you could link it to your Xbox. You can link it to other areas if you have them. And that's kind of the nice thing. But again, this is not like Epic's first time going to bat against a big company. They had the whole issue with Sony and Fortnite not being cross-platform play. Back when they weren't wanting to. Yeah. There was that big issue where.
And they won that one. Yeah.
I mean, Xbox, PC, and Switch players were all able to play. And if you were on a PlayStation, you could only play with PlayStation people. And PC. I think you could play with PC players, but if you had, if I was in a team with Xbox and Switch players, I couldn't have anybody who was on a PlayStation join me. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. That was stupid. So this is just, it's a money thing. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but the whole 1984... I'm sorry, it was great.
That was a really good trailer.
I'm telling you, that Apple figure is going to be a costume. You are going to be able to purchase that, and I guarantee you, Fortnite is going to make a shit ton of money with that, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to buy that damn thing.
Yes, they're doing it for, like you said, marketing reasons, but to really show Apple that we would not accept this.
Yeah.
So we're going to revolt by doing this.
Yeah, they're doing it for everyone else, basically. The companies that can't fight it. Is what they're trying to get that percentage lowered.
Yeah, that's really all it is, and it is what it is. Who cares where you get your V-Bucks from? If people don't have the means to purchase the bucks on the Epic Store, they'll buy them through the iTunes Store. It's kind of moot.
In our area, surprisingly, people come to my job or go to a retail store and literally buy the gift card of it.
Oh yeah, that's what we do. We buy gift cards. We don't even. Nothing's linked. We don't use credit cards for any of our purchases. We get gift cards. Yeah, we don't. We pay for it through a retailer. So It's just, again, it's sad, it's stupid, and Apple's just being... Apple. But again, I think Epic's being stupid too on their end, because it's like, really? Well, again, they planned it. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
they knew
but stuff doesn't change unless they do this, and they're going to get their consumer to actually fight for them.
Right. But again, it's over. And what's nice is it's nothing that can actually hurt the game itself. Right. It's not affecting the game or the being able to play the game, except for that you can't play it on these. It's just about costuming.
Yeah.
Well.
But anyhow, sorry, I didn't mean to go into rant, and I do apologize because I know everybody's tired.
It's all good. So Eddie, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say you weren't paying any fucking attention to chat earlier today. We're talking. I want one from you, and then we're gonna wrap. Because it is fucking late. One totally unnecessary, but absolutely amazing detail from a video game.
One unnecessary thing,
but totally amazing detail.
So I'm going to actually say color. And the reason why I'm saying color is the fact that if you look at something like Ghost of Tsushima, how beautiful that game is with the color palette and everything, how's that used. And you could play that game in a monochromatic style also, and the game would still be amazing. When you look at Cuphead, you could look at that gorgeous graphics and that color, how everything pops out, but still play it without no color and be surprised. The one Inside, for example, how that's just monochromatic and you just see a little bit of the red play on that, still looks beautiful. So you could take color in different styles, in different art styles, and apply it, and it could look good with color, and it could look good without color. It just depends on who's developing it, and what kind of style they're using, and what their color palette is going to be. All games don't need to be in color to be a hit. Look at Box Boy and Box Girl. That's literally basic black and white, but it's still a fun game. And that's that simplistic look to it. It still will be like, man, this game, yeah, it is a puzzle game, but there's something that draws me to it that I love. So
Totally went a different route with this, but I'm okay with it.
Well, what are you talking about? Like,
we were talking like
gameplay
game
or-
specific, like
certain
Like
games.
idle animations and shit like that.
yeah.
Like
Oh.
Easter eggs. Like
Here's
Easter eggs.
here's
in
another one I
games.
thought of. Way back on the original Nintendo, there was a game called Shadowgate. Okay,
Yeah.
very old game. When we were kids, we found out, like, because the way the game worked is you had your item list, and you literally pick a list and then pick like a use type thing, like what do you do with it? And I found out when we were kids, we found out that if you click on use and then go down to the self button, the game would say such odd behavior for such a gallant hero. Like, it was
Yep.
completely unnecessary,
Yep.
and it was hilarious when I was like fucking 10 years old. But
Okay, so if we're going that route, I would say the Konami Code.
Ooh.
The Konami Code is literally unnecessary because you could play games and get better or take upon that skill without having a Konami Code in. But it's such Contra is such a memorial, connectivity for gaming for a lot of people, definitely for the older crowd nowadays, that when you hear the Konami Code, you can say it just like that. It don't work in every Konami game or even Ultra game, but if you hear it, you know what it does.
Michael, you and Eddie just reminded me of one other. I think we'll close it on that.
I gotta have the last word. Is that what's going on?
What was that?
Gotta have the last word. Is that what's going on?
It popped into my
I'm
head,
fucking with
and I
you.
know Eddie is very specifically going to appreciate this. Fucking pause music and goddamn Battletoads.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes,
100%
yes.
unfucking necessary, but goddamn awesome.
The worst part is I cannot hear that music without seeing Angry Video Game Nerd.
I know,
And
That was so fucking great.
that is all I can see. And I watched that episode numerous times. It was so awesome.
All right, who besides me is excited for new Battletoads coming up here this month?
Never played the
I-
original.
Very curious.
I'm going to buy it. It's on my list of games to get. I think it's next week. It comes out the 20th. I
believe
think.
so. Like that.
Yeah. So I am going to pick it up, and I'll probably give details about it. I'll probably, when I come down, Corey. When I come down, Larry, I'll talk to you about it.
See how it is.
He doesn't see you for a year and he forgets your name.
No, he just
No.
he just shouted out and moaned the other girl's name.
Look, Larry already. Wow. The shade. The shade. VTHEE shade. Because I already know what we're gonna be doing when I get down there. So,
See how it is.
Oh, damn!
oh,
I'm glad I'm not coming.
Derry already know where the spots I want to be at. He already know that if Evil Check is open and popping off,
open.
we're gonna be there Sunday.
They're open. They're back
I'm
open. They have been.
So glad I'm not going to be there. I do not want to partake in any of that.
I already know what's popping off Saturday with the watermelon. So you better have that ready. And then Evil Check. So, yeah.
All right. But yeah, let's shut this down because it's late as shit, and I got to be up in about 5 hours. So, but
I done gave up.
you know, we were so close by the end of this. We were so close to getting the whole fucking complement of people back on again at once, but such is life. We're
missing Dylan.
Dylan and Zoe.
That's right.
So, with that said, though, thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out with us this week. Thank you to my friends for coming and shooting the shit with me and having a laugh and talking about sad cheese.
Buckets full of sad cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's only sad because it's not being
Eddie missed all that. He'll have to
I
listen
know.
to
Cheese.
I love cheese.
You would have loved this
that. Go
conversation.
over to Michael's
you
house.
would've.
Got a lot of cheese.
55-gallon drum of fucking nacho cheese.
Well, I'll be over there.
Eddie
We're
may
just
not
gonna
leave.
put a tap
That's-
in the bottom of the barrel at the party
Okay,
on
here's what we
Saturday.
do. I put the preacher uniform on. I bless the cheese. I baptize you all in the cheese.
Put
It has
apples
to
in
be
the
scalding
cheese,
hot,
and
though.
you have to like bob for apples in
Yeah.
the cheese.
It
Oh,
has to
that'd be
scalding
freaking
hot.
awesome.
Why do I have a
Gotta
feeling
burn
that
skin on contact.
why do I have
Gotta
a
hear
feeling that
flesh
should
sizzle.
happen? That should happen when I'm there, and there's just a picture shots of me with some well.
Oh God, I'm here for it. Baptism by dairy product.
Wow.
Fuck.
If we keep
All
going
right.
with this, we could start our own religion out of it. And we can tax it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's for another podcast.
There's
it
worse
really
religions.
is.
There is.
Too.
Blessed
You
Brie.
could be, I say you could be Westboro Baptist.
Are they still around?
Blessed be the
They are.
brie.
Mhm.
Everything in the world is on
Or
fire
he
right
is
now.
Buddha.
I just realized we haven't heard anything from them. You'd think they'd be dancing in this shit.
They cut their asteroid earlier. They're gone.
Pity.
All right. Well, everybody say goodnight.
Good night.
Night, everybody. And I guess we'll see you next time on World 1-1 podcast. Bye, everybody.
Peace.